It's become bog standard practice for the AAA gaming space to release a product that nobody wants, nobody likes. Either it is ideologically possessed or it is completely busted and that they just needed to release it, and they expect you as the end consumer to just simply put up with their nonsense. I mean, there's this perfect collage that has been assembled rather by Pirate, it should be Pirate Nation, okay? He's got the Giga Chad with a little tri-corner hat on it. It's kind of cool avatar that he has right there. Shout out. But yeah, he's got the cyberpunk. Oh, we're sorry that, it was a buggy mess when it first released in 2020. And then Bethesda, I'd imagine that's probably Fallout 76, Forspoken, Jedi Survivor, Lord of Ring Golem, my personal favorite, Black Box White, text developer apology letter, Naughty Dog, Halo Infinite, Babylon's Fall. Oh my god, man, that one's a throwback. Yeah, Battlefield 2072, is that what that one was? Prince of Persia. And now, most recently, Assassin's Creed Shadows joins the list. And I know what you're thinking. A lot of these notices were all about, the buggy mess, the less than stellar or appropriate release version of the game. So why is Assassin's Creed Shadows, 4 months ahead of releasing a statement? Well, they just had to go out there and they had to clarify their stance. The Assassin's Creed Shadows team has a message for our Japanese community. Just the Japanese ones, okay? Because all you dirty Westerners who simply think that Japanese culture better than us who are trying to appropriate well-established history, we know better than you. And we're going to go ahead and French-Canadian-splain Japanese history to the Japanese community. See, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but we got a 4-page spread that's right here. This is, pretty impressive, if I'm being completely honest. To our esteemed Japanese community, a message from the Assassin's Creed Shadows development team. First, we want to express our heartfelt thanks for all your support of the Assassin's Creed series, which has its own spanning almost 20 years. Can you imagine that, man? Like when the first one came out, you had the story of Altair making his way through Constantinople during the time of the Crusades, and who could possibly know that we'd eventually end up with a gay black samurai set in the time of Nobunaga. All roads truly have led to this moment. Over this time, we've explored various settings, time periods, and characters from from an assassin during the Third Crusades to a Viking in the 9th century England, and countless more. Well, it's actually not countless because there are a finite number of games that you have released, but whatever. For many of our team, creating an Assassin's Creed game set in feudal Japan has been a long cherished dream. Yeah, man, I've been around. It's more or less just been kind of a fan expectation that eventually you'd go to this place, but now that you've come around to it, they're like, no, actually, we don't want this monkey paws type wish. Since the announcement of Assassin's Creed Shadows, we have received many positive reactions. Can you point to them? Because I'm having a tough time finding any of them. Oh, it's from the journalist class. We'll check in with them towards the end of this. But also some criticism, including from you, our Japanese players. No, it's been universal condemnation all the way up to and including the Japanese government, bro. Some criticism, universal criticism. We share your passion for history and deeply respect your care for the historical and cultural integrity of your rich heritage. Let us tell you how we're going to go ahead and subvert it and give you the story of a black samurai that you didn't know that you actually wanted. We would like to address a few of the points to clarify our intentions and creative decisions. Overall authenticity efforts. Non-existent. Next page. Nah, joke. We have put significant effort into ensuring an immersive and respectful representation of feudal Japan. Just about got through that. However, our intention has never been to present any of our Assassin's Creed games, including Shadows, as factual representations of history. Put a pin in that for a quick second. Or historical characters. Instead, we aim to spark curiosity and encourage players to explore and learn more about the historical settings we get inspired by. Assassin's Creed Shadows is first and foremost designed to be an entertaining video game that tells a compelling historical fiction set in feudal Japan. Our team extensively collaborated and with external consultants, a lot of whom were liars, historians, researchers, and internal internal teams at Ubisoft Japan to inform our creative choices. And anything that would go ahead and contradict our narrative, well, we just threw out like yesterday's trash. Despite these sustained efforts, we acknowledge that some elements in our promotional materials have caused concern within the Japanese community. Well, that's the only material that's out there, and that's what we're judging all of this stuff on. For this, we sincerely apologize. Yes, because we're trying to respect historical legacy by putting appropriately themed hip-hop music for our black samurai. All game footage presented so far is in development, and the game will keep evolving until launch. I'm sure, based on constructive criticism we have received, constructive criticism, like, take that shit out of here, we will continue our effort until we put this game into your hands and beyond. We also want to clarify that while we have been consulting with many people throughout this development process, there are in no way responsible for the decisions that are taken by the creative teams in the interest of gameplay and entertainment. That's also kind of an interesting revelation that they sparked right there, okay? It's like, yeah, we hire all of these consultancy firms, but their words don't mean shit. Kind of like a Marvel director in today's day and age. We just cast our consultancy firm so we can go ahead and pass our DEI checks, our self-imposed DEI checks. Good stuff, Ubisoft. Nice cell phone. Consequently, we respectfully request that any criticism not to be directed at our collaborators, both internal and external. No, we're just going to go ahead and do that because they are some of the most vociferous liars that I have seen online in a very long time. And anybody who wants to put their words out there for the world to see, they have opened themselves up to criticism. So thanks for the consideration, Ubisoft. And just like this letter, you can shove it up your ass. Creative liberties and historical inspiration. Remember how I told you to put a pin in that? We never aim for historical accuracy. Well, we strive for authenticity in everything that we do. Assassin's Creed games are a work of fiction inspired by real historical events and figures. Oh, god damn it, we strive for authenticity. God damn it, why do we have to contradict ourselves in 2 short slides? From its inception, the series has taken creative license and incorporated fantasy elements to craft engaging and immersive experience. The representation of Yasuke in our game is an illustration of this. His unique and mysterious life, well, hell, you were pointing to, and some of your consultants that were out there, is that no, he has a very well-established lore. He was a samurai. You're racist if you point out otherwise. His unique and mysterious life made him an ideal candidate to tell an Assassin's Creed story in the setting of feudal Japan as a backdrop. Yes, because he didn't have other unique and mysterious characters. Or hell, you couldn't even make up one that would be far more appropriate to a feudal Japanese setting. Well, Yasuke is depicted as a samurai in Assassin's Creed Shadows. We acknowledge that this is a matter of debate and discussion. We have women that this carefully are woven. Oh, okay. I just know that they're going to be talking about Naoi here shortly, so my mistake. We have woven this character into our narrative, and with the other lead character, the Japanese shinobi Naoi, who is equally important to the game. Yes, we know, and she has her own treasure trove of issues, but it's just so much more hilarious how often you guys mess up with Yasuke. Our dual protagonists provide players with different gameplay styles. That's why they're both basically identical when it comes to all of their inclusive choices that they have access to. Right. We greatly value your feedback and encourage you to continue sharing your thoughts respectfully. Yeah, because we don't want anybody mean coming along. Don't be so mean. Just want it to be respectful. Even though we're talking down to you with this note that we got spooked into writing because we knew that we were going to be going in front of the Japanese government. Which, let's be completely honest, they must have seen that their pre-sales are absolutely through the floor, hence why they came out with this message. We sincerely hope that when Assassin's Creed Shadow launches November 15th, players in Japan and around the world, no, you're just talking to the Japanese players, okay? They'll appreciate the dedication, effort, and passion we have poured into it. Yeah, and that's the thing about Assassin's Creed games. They have been derided for their lack of passion, lack of originality for a very, very long time. So why would I think in the most contentious of releases that you guys have done in a very long time, why on God's green earth would we give you the benefit of the doubt? Well, I did my breakdown of this, and I think I did a pretty decent job. How about some insight from a guy who used to be on the inside? Let's check out Grummz' breakdown here real quick. And, well, he's highlighted a couple of things. You know, we're scared. Nobody is pre-ordering. Please support. Please. Yeah, we have 20 years experience, okay? He breaks down every slide. So from our team, creating an Assassin's Creed game set in feudal Japan has been a long-cherished dream, and he interprets that to mean we're passionate devs and not a soulless corporation. Really? It's like we're an indie. Don't you guys love indies? Some criticism, including you, passion for history and deeply respect the care of historical and cultural. Yeah, we barely had any complaints and is issuing this huge long-winded apology. Hardly nothing really. Yeah, of course. This is why we stole so much art and mashed Chinese and Japanese cultures together. Oh yeah, that was another thing, because some of the iconography of the towers and structures, yeah, they're from China. But we really want to drive home the point that we're trying to be historically accurate in some aspects. Yeah, and put a black gay samurai into our game. It's respect, guys. Respect for you, the Japanese people. Immersive and respectful, yes, representation of feudal Japan. We spared no expense. We hired a non-historian who wrote about man-boy love in feudal Japan because we respect Japan. We've stolen so much art that shows love, exactly, because imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. However, our intention has been to present any of our Assassin's Creed games, yes, as factual representations. Yeah, please ignore the last two paragraphs. They totally didn't mean it. This fantasy, just we hired historians and researched and respect Japan and marketed that way for months with our man-boy love historian and fraud Thomas Lockley, meaning nothing. This is fantasy. How dare you get that wrong? How dare you confuse historical settings with paying attention and being gracious with a historical setting? How dare you? Once again, for the third time in this apology, we are telling you that we hired the best historians and researchers, but it's a fantasy. That's why we hired all these people. But what's important here, yeah, while we strive for authenticity in everything that we do, look, fourth time this apology. We took a great pains to be authentic and historical, but we're not. We're complete fantasy. That's why we keep on bringing up history. So please buy our game. We're begging you. We only have this and Star Wars Outlaws. More on that in the very near future. And you saw how crappy that looked. Mercy. Exactly. Please, for the love of God, guys. Please, man. Okay. Please don't turn on our game like even IGN has. Like, what the hell? Following Ubisoft's apologies, line IGN. You can't trust a word they say. People tell me that they used to be good, but frankly, I've never seen them write anything worthy of my time. Haven't seen it at all. Suddenly says there is no proof Yasuke was a samurai. Oh, after saying he was, and anyone saying otherwise was a part of a hate group. Oh, now that the pool is nice and warm, they can go ahead and hop right in with the rest of us bigots. IGN is now a part of the hate group according to their own articles. It's almost like they sense blood in the water, and they know it's time to chow down. And things continue to get worse for Ubisoft because Professor Kenji Hariyama, a historian enthusiast, not a PhD, admits everything about Yasuke is speculation. He wants to believe, but it lacks evidence. His favorite tweet reflects the same. In the last 24 hours, mainstream media incorrectly confirmed Yasuke as a samurai. But we don't have to worry about them, confirming anything because we're just being historically adjacent, really. So yeah, they've lost the support of historians. They've lost the support of IGN. What does Ubisoft even have left? Well, one of the most unpalatable people left on the internet, Alyssa goddamn Mercante. After Assassin's Creed, yes, released that cringy apology, not apology, clarification, whatever the hell they want to call it, something that will go down and live in infamy, she decided to chime in, maybe just say your racist response to a video game is indicative of moral decay. I get bent. So she wanted Ubisoft to go ahead and double down? That's interesting. Okay. Can't say I'm all that surprised, but then again, she had far more to say, okay, and she wanted to go ahead and reach an even larger audience than the 313 people that'd seen that. It's going viral, right? She decided to write an article on Kotaku about it. Let's take a look at just this briefly because there's only so much Mercante I can stomach. This was never about anything other than hate. Yeah, no. That's your takeaway, idiot. Okay. Movements for ethics in games journalism. Oh my God. Gamergate broke these people really bad. Or against forced DEI in video games is a diaphanous veils draped over bigotry. And I mean, the three examples that you have right there, Concord, which, spoiler for another upcoming video, and nobody's playing, even in open beta, free open beta, Ain't nobody playing that stuff, so nobody's going to be paying $40 to check it out. Star Wars Outlaws, bro, it looks like it could run on a PS2 completely and totally fine with its flat-ass JPEGs that are only eclipsed in linearity by KVS's ass. In Assassin's Creed Shadows, I mean, you used to be a historically poignant game franchise, but now you just decided to stick a black guy in it and make him lame and gay. Let's just go ahead and hear from one of the games journalism intelligentsia, shall we? On July 23rd, in response to ongoing backlash against a black lead character in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yeah. Is that what it's about? Is that what it's about? Or is this backlash about Ubisoft being perpetual liars and continuing to make this stuff worse? Developer Ubisoft released a lengthy statement in the response on X, formerly Twitter. Yeah, we know. Were exactly what you'd expect. Racist images, slurs, and calls for historical accuracy in a video game series that has always been steeped in science fiction. Has it really? Or did they clarify in their own statement that they strive for historical accuracy? An unpublished community note, a feature frequently used to add context to post, reads, Assassin's Creed. Oh my god, an unpublished community note had the N-word in it. Oh my god, look at that rampant racism that nobody can see. A fledgling but ferociously loud group of gamers will tell you that Assassin's Creed Shadows Backlash is about respecting Japanese culture or refusing to accept woke ideologies that are being forced onto their games by consulting groups who hold no real power. Yeah, they would come up with, ethically and principally developed stances. I understand that for a games journalist, that is in fact a foreign concept, but just like in 2014, back when Gamergate was happening, during the first full-throated she actually says it. Good for her. This was never about anything other than hate. Now, we just want ideologies out of our games. That hasn't changed at all. And frankly, neither have you guys. The internet is a powerful place, an in-between world in which imagery and rhetoric can be weaponized to such an extent it bleeds over into real life. Yeah, exactly. When you try to get people fired, when you try to get websites taken down. God, you games journalists, man. Weaponizing all of this bigotry and hatred online. 2014, a misogynistic movement demanding ethics in games journalism. Like, yeah, stop handing out blowjobs for good reviews. If you guys could just stop doing that, we might actually take your sites seriously. Steve Bannon? What the hell, man? This bitch is broken. Former chief political strategist for President Donald Trump told author Joshua Green, and he realized the former Breitbart technology consultant Milo Yiannopoulos, could connect with these kids right away. You can activate that army. They come in through Gamergate or whatever, and they get turned onto politics and into Trump. Oh my God, they're trying to go with the Breitbart pipeline. Is that what you're doing? And yo, look at the rest of this screed. It's absolutely insane. Racism is in a logical position, so you cannot defeat it with logic. There's no racism to be had here, stupid. At least on this side of the conversation. You, on the other hand, seem to be all about racism, like erasing Japanese history. I consider that to be a little bit more problematic. Facts don't matter to racists. Oh no, this is just dehumanizing language. I thought you were against that. Especially not the tedious kind of racist who makes their home in video game culture. There will always be a new hair to split. Gita Jackson Aftermath? Who's this hoe? I don't care. That's hilarious, man. That is absolutely hilarious. These are the last people. Alyssa Mercante and her ilk. Those are the last people on the side of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Ubisoft, okay, just a little bit more of a spoiler. Their stock has been tanking. Not just recently, not in the past week or so, but for 5 years it has fallen off a cliff. And at this point in time, if Assassin's Creed Shadows doesn't hit, like everybody kind of thinks it isn't, and if Star Wars Outlaws is a dud like every other recent iteration from the Star Wars franchise, Ubisoft is going to be in trouble. And to be completely honest, it's a failing of their own making. So am I going to cry? Not even a little bit. You made the game that you wanted to make for a modern audience. Alyssa Mercante is the modern audience. You get what you deserve, you reap what you sow, and have fun getting purchased by Microsoft in 2026. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.